Oh man, so yeah. There are some interesting changes going on behind the scenes here, which I kind of like. Right, we can finally get our Diplotech. We're going to do that. We are waiting for the Renaissance, so I think that's going to be it for those boosts. How are we doing with the merchants? Merchants now no longer giving us the Diplo bonus. I can get some free ships from you. Do I want some free ships for loyalty? I mean, my trade efficiency will go down, but trade efficiency isn't actually earning me that much. Yet. It will. Trade is going to be extremely important for Egypt. Or Mamluks. Do I want to do this? I'm not sure. Don't want an admiral. Level 3 minister. Even at half price, I don't particularly want to pay for you. Does that say what culture that person will be? No. And then Diplo support would need to have high enough loyal... No, it would have to have high enough influence. Is there anything that gives influence? Yeah, recruiting the minister would give me the influence. Now, I do have some spare money. So that would bring it up to 60, which is enough for me to get the demand diplomatic support. But then that goes down to 39. Loyalty will go down even more if I demand ships. I want it above 60 so I can get the development bonus. That's what I'm trying to do here. You put together your CK2 team yet? No, I've started announcing it in the various streams and things that I do. But I need to do a video about it on YouTube. I just haven't had a chance today. I've been streaming for 12 hours, more or less. I mean, I've taken a few breaks in that, but in that time I'm just like, I am not talking for this time. Otherwise my voice will actually die. Plus I'm streaming tomorrow, though it's going to be 8 hours instead of 12. Let's face it, the levels of douchebaggery you can do in Paradox games is basically unlimited. Yeah, that's true. I can intervene in Britain's war. Not sure I really want to do that. The Lame are unhappy with the number of estates they have. Well, you've been kind of arsey ever since. I know I'm legalist, but still. Alright, who is worth the most admin? What's the best way of seeing this? It feels like a while since I played this game. I've kind of forgotten my old little things. Alright, so the highest admin right now is Cairo, which I don't really want to give to them. Sadar? Is there any reason not to give them Sadar? And I'm saying it's for the admin one and not for the other two, because they will boost the tax income. In fact, I think it would be better to give them Atif, because it has less other stuff going on. So yeah, Atif. Atif is what I'm going to give them. Estates is there. Ulema. Where the hell is Atif? I can't even remember how you spell it. At if if ef. Nope, I don't remember. At fee. Okay, that was it. You. You're there. Aha! You're already Ulema. Of course you are. Damn it. In second place, we have got... In fact, no. The way I do this was trade goods. I always give them the grain and the crappy trade goods places. So, like, Al-Quds that's actually pretty powerful. We'll give you this one. Here you go, Ulema. You can have that one. Enjoy. Are there new trade goods? Yes, there are. The trade goods are... Let's see if I can remember this offhand. Livestock. Gems. Paper. No, I can't remember offhand. I'll have to look it up. Thankfully, I have this page open already. So the new trade goods are livestock, incense, glass, paper, and gems. So it was glass and incense, I forgot. So like glass would be Venetian glass. Actually, what's your production output going to be? Not huge. Actually, compared to your neighbours, yeah, 0.8 is pretty good. And one of the cool things about the Timurids is there are some gem provinces around there. Gems, gems. you also start with a fair amount of paper and some spices. And I think they've like just overall changed a lot of the resources. Like I do not remember this much silk here in Ajam. So Persia has got a bunch of silk, and that's interesting because Ajam is one of the wayward provinces that was formerly in the Timurids, so you have a lot of antagonistic behavior between these two, but these guys are super, super wealthy, so that gives you a very big reason to go after them as the Timurids. The Ottomans have been nerfed. Yes, they have been nerfed. Hence Albania was able to beat them. Am I dual streaming somewhere? No? Oh, I'm dropping frames. Is that because I'm uploading? That has finished uploading, so I shouldn't be anymore. Because I've been trying to upload the Timurid content. Like, I'd take a break, I'd upload and render as much stuff as I possibly could before starting again, but it overlapped by a couple of minutes. I shouldn't be getting other drop frames for any other reason though. And yeah, I'm not rendering anymore. I paused that. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I just have Twitch chat open. I really should investigate getting it like listed up here, but yeah. I do try and read out people's comments when actually responding to them, but I've forgotten that instance. Sorry. So you asked, have I put together my CK2 team yet? No, but I've been posting about it in the various streams and things I did elsewhere. End of the War of the Roses. Did York lose? No, son of a... Alright, Britain needs to die. So that's now Ming needs to die, Timurids need to die, England needs to die. Do I have anyone else on my hit list yet? Not sure, probably. And I need you to join, and you guys are already drilling. Good. How is professionalism looking? It's ticking up slowly. I wonder if that yearly gain reduces depending on the number of people you actually have drilling at one time. Like as a proportion of your entire army. Because at the moment I still have like a third of it not drilling. I can use a cultural interaction. I can promote the Egyptian government, which reduces all power costs. And I can sell off the Egyptian slaves. I mean, that one I see no reason not to do. I don't think there's any reason to keep this up. You'll gain +8 Diplo culture progress at the end of each year, up to a maximum of 150. I have 104, so I can store some. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and spend that one so I can get the money and build some buildings. But I might save this one in case I manage to get the Renaissance somehow. I mean, it's spreading down into Greece. Oh, it is spreading to me. Oh, fantastic. Huzzah! Alright, so yeah, we're going to be Renaissance not too far off. So we're going to save. Not a problem. York for the win. I think he's a Lancaster fanboy, says Dana. A little bit. Well, I did go to Lancaster University. So I'm allowed to be biased. I have fought in the War of the Roses. I have won the War of the Roses. And we did it properly with swords. I was on the fencing team, so it kind of makes sense that way. So let's combine you two and send you down here to go and fight them. Mamluks have a weird flag. I think it's always been that though, hasn't it? Yeah, I outnumber you 3-1. I think we can win that even without full maintenance, full morale. Yeah, easy. Easy peasy. Right, let's split you guys out. Send you up there. No, leave you here to reclaim that. Send the cavalry back so they can start drilling again. Good. Ottoman nerf is good to hear, otherwise they'd likely eat everyone in the area. That you wouldn't be able to enjoy the new features or appreciate the length of time. Yeah, like the Ming and Timurids mean. Is everything going well? It is going better now because I'm not playing as the Timurids. I'm I need to stop ranting about the Timurids. I'm just really pissed off about that. So of all the stuff that they announced, I was most interested in the Timurids content and the army professionalism, and half of that wish list is broken. Please fix that before you release fully, please. Smugglers running rampant. I can afford to stop them. Although I'm not making... Oh, I'm making a lot of money from tax, though. No, I don't want to lose my tax income. And we want to start building some more buildings. I don't think it's worth getting the marketplace, but it is definitely worth building some more of these. So we'll do something like that. What happened to the faction that invaded Spain? Moors, in real life. They died to the thing called the Reconquista, which was basically Castile, Aragon, and Leon fighting against them. And retaking Spain for the Spanish, or for the Spanish Catholics, rather. Right, I was trying to get some alliances, and I have a couple of diplomats which are not currently doing anything. Do you want to vassalize yet? No. Are we still improving relations with you? Yes, but that's going about as far as it's going to go. I don't know if proclaiming a guarantee will increase the amount of relations we have. Doesn't look like it did. I need 190 for them to agree to this. And they are at peace. National epic. Our subjects have been telling tales and legends about Barsabi Burji. The legend says that in Mamluks' darkest hour he will return to our nation and deliver it from evil. Regardless of the truth of that statement, we could use this as our propaganda. So we can say, yes, I love a good story, which will cost us a little bit of admin and a bit of money, and we gain prestige for 20 years. Or we lose prestige. Oh, I'll take the prestige, thank you. Alright, then the other thing which I probably need to do here is spend some monies and basically butter them up a bit. Masawa is cored, good, so that's going to mean more manpower and more monies. Oh, right, we're at 180. I need 10 points. If one of these is giving... Yes, there it is. Please don't go down by the end of this month. Pretty pleased with the cherry on top. Come on. Alright, third. Boom, vassalization. Thank you. So Shamnar is now a vassal. Now I need to go after Dawashir, which I'm not sure is going to happen. Although I have no negatives with them. They would accept the alliance. Minus 67 negative there. And then Dulkadir is the other one, which I think I can get. I'm going to offer you an alliance. And then hopefully that increases the chances there. No, it's still 40. Mamluk in economic base compared to Dulkadir minus 50. Really? Economic base is awesome. So Najd was one. I mean, Najd we already have the alliance with. And we could definitely take some land off of Dawashir and give it to Najd. And that would also reduce the strength of Dawashir, so we could try and grab them as a vassal too. I mean, the one that I really want is Dulkadir. I'm allied with Tunis, so Fazan wouldn't be that much of a thing. Improve relation. I didn't improve relations with you. I think I might have. No, Dulkadir is definitely the more strategically important. And I need to keep an eye on Akunulu in case the Ottomans decide to ever break that alliance. Kebab doesn't have cores anymore. Ah. Claims. Not even that. They have to actually make the claims. That might be one of the ways that they've nerfed them, actually. Because, yeah, you're right. They do not have cores on all of this anymore. Unless they were stripped of it when they lost the war. I mean, Albania did not take very much off of them, and all of this was occupied. Well, not that bit, but all of this was occupied. Hormuz, would you vassalize? No, I didn't think so. Ottomans have started to influence Akanulu. That's true! I'm a great power, I can influence people. Dulkadir. I always forget about great power options. So I can influence you for a sum of 15 ducats. Which ramps up your relations with me to 193. So that's definitely a way of increasing the relations. Trust increases it. Ah, okay. So if I get some long-term allies, then I will be able to vassalize them in time. And that would actually count for Dawashir too. Dawashir is the most likely. So I think I will approach you. Who are your rivals? Yemen, Aden, and Fars. Yeah, we're cool with each other. So I'm currently losing 4 Diplo points at the moment from diplomatic overtures, but I think it's a worthwhile cost right now because I am now allied with a lot of people, which means I'm basically tying this entire area down towards Mamluk interests. So I allied Ajam to counter Timurids, though I probably didn't need to do that. Dulkadir to stop the Ottomans from grabbing it. Then Adal because I wanted a counter to the Ethiopians. So I'm pretty happy with our diplomatic game here. I recommend playing as Hormuz, they're very trade orientated. Yeah, like I said, I loved playing as Oman. If they're anything like Oman, then 100% interested in that. I might do that in the future. But I'm enjoying the Mamluks more than I thought I would. I will admit to that. I mean, after playing as the Timurids, I was like, oh, I remember why I felt so burnt out. Like, this just isn't as fun as I remember it to be. I'm really enjoying the Mamluks. I'm really enjoying them, actually. This is nice. We don't have enough money quite to do that. We can still interfere in England's war. Is that up against France by any chance? Against France and Castile. So I can intervene on Britain's side. Yeah, aid the following. Now, if that was aiding them against England, I might take them up on that, but not that way around. Who are the great powers? I'm second. After Ming, of course. Poland, the Ottomans, France, Muscovy, England, Castile. So the Timurids have been knocked off their pedestal. Not particularly surprisingly. I think they have grabbed some of their vassals now, so they have integrated someone. Adal is fighting someone. Who are you fighting? Ethiopia. Dude, call me in. Oh, you're fighting Janjiro, and Adal and Kaffa are just part of that. I wonder if they'll try and steal some of Adal. If they do, I'll be upset. Don't do it, Ethiopia. Don't do it. Alright, so Dawashir, we have our alliance with you. I'm going to start improving relations so that we can start beefing up our positive relations with you. And I've really not been watching these rebel uprisings. I probably should do that a bit better. But, in better news, I totally forgot to decrease my maintenance, so I don't need to do that now. Although that will mean that it's cost me more money in the long term. Army people, are you moving? You are. I forgot to get you drilling as well. Fantastic! Has Europe changed in any way with the new DLC? I don't think so. The Viking Sultan. Well, if you've seen the March of the Vikings, then you will know that Viking Egypt is not the first time that's ever happened. In fact, I had a Yoms Viking Egypt, which was hilarious. Viking Crusaders in Egypt. Oh yeah. Oh no, they're running away. No. They're not going to get away. Right, so the infantry can stay and recapture it. You can head back to Cairo, where I will then have you drilling. Okay, so we can choose between legalism and moralism once again. We are 100% legalism. Are you kidding me? So we're already getting the plus 20% national tax modifier and the minus 10% tech cost modifier, which is basically countering most of the institution tech penalty. Well, I want it to be legalism. Muslim scholars were not united in the question of the permissibility of Sufism. While most appreciated the heightened levels of religious devotion it inspired amongst the general population, some disproved of somehow Sufis of how certain Sufis express their faith. Poetry and song about wine and illicit love, as well as communal dancing and veneration for the tombs of those regarded as saints, could at times provoke opposition from more hardline elements of the ulema. So we can support the moderates, which is more towards mysticism, or support the hardliners. We are definitely supporting the hardliners. We are extremely doctrinal here. And you want that, so you can head back up there. Fizan accepted peace with Tlemcen. I think next DLC should be about Europe or Asia. Well, the last one, Mandate of Heaven, was about Asia. It ruined Asia. But it was technically about Asia. And the African DLC, that was... they've done one. Oh, what was it called? It's the one where they completely rebuilt the Asian... Oh, the African provinces. And they added all the little guys. And Coptics, in fact. That was all in the same one, I think. And possibly the trade companies? Was that in that one? Well, they certainly rewrote like the entire map and added Songhai and Mali and everything in Sub-Sahara. When does the DLC come out? Yeah, on the 16th. Thank you! They haven't changed Southern Africa that much. True. Diplomatic insult, CB against Aragon. Aragon are insulting. Well, I'm going to insult you back again then, rival. Asshole. Oh, that gave me 50 power projection. Insults give you power projection? Huh. Who are my other rivals? Is that true for all of them? Karakanulu is the other one. Oi. Your father was a hamster and your mother smelled of elderberries. No, it's just one. But good to know, I did not actually realise that. Austria have embraced the Renaissance. That is unfortunate. What else? Long-time rivals, yeah, which we have. Age objectives. And eclipsing Venice. Privateering does power projection. Embargoes. I have not embargoed any of my rivals. The Ottomans I definitely want to embargo. Well, I am definitely a bit rusty at this game. Issue embargo against you. And against you. And against Aragon. This is actually going to boost my income a fair amount, I think. Also, are you training? Get back to training. And then Aragon. Issue embargo. Right, so that's all the rivals done. We're now up to 55. So, yes, embargoing does do that. Based on the amount of money that you're stealing from them. And considering how important Alexandria and Aleppo are, yeah, we're stealing a lot of money from them. Wait, costly. That Kanulu are. Kara Kanulu. Oh, those guys. Oh, shit. Yeah, these are the ones I actually want to make friends with. Sorry. So we can revoke this embargo once I have my diplomat in 7 days. Sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. Sorry. And I'm going to issue an embargo against you. There we go. Nobles demand increased pensions. Kings had to keep their unruly nobles lying through many methods. One of the most common was cold, hard cash. Nobles would demand increased pensions in exchange for relinquishing certain rights to the king. So the Amir's estate gains loyalty, or we lose stability. Well, I definitely don't want to lose stability, and also we are very concerned about this number, because that number is the base number, and it does not go down from there. Unless we steal land from them. Which is dangerous. Like the 5% from the monarchy and the 10% from being Mamluk. That's plus 15% influence just because. That's dangerous. Did I mean to upload 2 E4 episodes today? I did. Because this is a preview and I want to get as many of those out as soon as possible. To basically factor in the fact that I have early access to this and not many other people do. And I want to show it off. In all of its goodness and also the bad bits. Like the Timurids, not great. Mamluks, very good. And I will be uploading one of the Mamluk episodes today as well. So, I'm going to accept their demands and take the money hit. For 20 years, you bastards. And I can get an idea. Oh, I can increase the taxes. Right, this would actually seem to be a fairly good opportunity to reduce the power costs. Also, do I have any way of increasing your loyalty by 5%? No, when can I do this? Oh, that's another 12 years away. I do wish there were more ways of manipulating these guys, I must admit. I liked it much more when these numbers did not go towards 0. I much preferred it when you actually had more control over how high or low they were. Right. Well, I don't want to steal money from them. Although I can get them safely down to 40%. So I could totally steal money from them. But I really want that one, and I really want the the development cost reduction. I don't see any way of doing it, though, without giving them land, which I don't want to do. I'd like to just give them money or something. I would happily give them money to increase their loyalty. You know, money solves all problems and everything. So I'm going to go to government. I'm going to select you. All power costs reduced, which means ideas are reduced. Which means I can get that, which also means that I can do some development, which I think is also going to be, because it's a power cost, technically, to spend my military points and everything else. Although, actually with that, I can basically overcome that Renaissance penalty. Or I can spend stuff to build up my institutions and get Renaissance spreading earlier. Yeah, you're on 80% already. I would like to increase your development further. $95, $98, $100. Okay, so we have the Renaissance now in one of our provinces, so we can start to spread from there. Furthermore, I have my army still on 100 maintenance because I'm an idiot and did not change that. And I'm about to get some rebels, which I did notice this time. In Al-Ula. And where is Al-Ula? Nope, no idea. Al-Ula? No dash. There it is. You. Oh, it's over there. Big letters. Right. The obvious one. Let's go and send you over there to go and deal with them. Sorry, just realised that chat's gone a fair amount. Insults and embargoing are free. Power projection, yes. They really did not like you if they sent an insult over the whole Mediterranean. True, but we are rivals, so I'm not entirely surprised by that. Ming is pretty nuts with the tributary system as well as the Emperor of China system that was put in. It's created a monster in the east. Yeah, Ming's boring now. How about Mamluks saving the Eastern Roman Empire, aka Byzantium, from the Ottomans? We're trying to do that. The original intent was to vary up a place, though it's not just conquer, 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 but that node's got lost along the way somewhere. You mean with Ming? Yeah, it should be more about the internal politics and kind of the rise and fall of the Ming Empire. It hasn't done that. It's just the rise and the rise and the rise and the rise and the rise of the Ming Empire. Hey, Mordred, did I? Yep, seen those. What does Cradle of Civilization add? Quite a lot. Alright, I'm going to go through the wiki page again, as it seems to be a reasonable time to do that again. So, it adds new governments, including the Egyptian Mamluk government, which I'm playing as right now, the Persian theocracy, tribal federations, and also the heirs of Timur. So the Timurid stuff has new bits and pieces, which is why I'm so pissed off it doesn't work. Trade policies, so your merchants can now undertake their own missions, for example, promoting profiteering, espionage, military diplomacy, and religion propagation. I will show that off in a minute, although I haven't used anything except for the promote profiteering, mostly because I just love money. Islamic schools, the range of Muslim disciplines offer unique perks for their disciples and transform international relations across the Middle East. So that is actually a dynamic system. Like, I had an event fire which said these two schools now chill with each other, and apparently relations between those two schools have since normalized. So it's mine and someone else's, I forget whose. But apparently that can change further through events. So some schools will love or hate or whatever each other, and that just happens dynamically as the game goes along. They've added a lot of Muslim stuff actually with the legalism versus mysticism, piety. So piety matters a lot more and gives you a lot more scope in changing how exactly that piety works. The school system, the ability to embrace or accept scholars from another school. Like, part of the reason that I've been focusing on development so heavily is because I have a scholar from a school that reduces development cost. So if we click on this tiny little button here, oh no, I don't anymore. Well, I did have this guy who reduces development cost by 10%, which was pretty nice to have.